Hello. So I decided that it was time to stop beating around the bush with stuff, and my upcoming book, depending on when you're viewing this, is either nearly going to be published or has already been published. And it includes a lot of stuff about me in my life, my inner self that I haven't told anyone. So it's time to get real with the message and with the story. So I wanted to do a little demo for you today. So this is what you think it is. It's poop. So if we had poop on us, we would do whatever it took to get it off of us. We'd wash it, we'd scrape it, we'd avoid it, we would whatever. So when we have poop on the outside and it's visible and we can see it and we can feel it and we can touch it, it's gross and we don't like it and we get rid of it right away. And if we don't, it causes a lot of problems, doesn't it? Like we smell bad, it starts to irritate our skin. It has a lot of effects that aren't that pleasant if we just leave the poop on us. So that's not the kind of poop that I'm talking about today. I'm talking about our inner poop. So our inner poop are our emotions, our subconscious thoughts, our beliefs, our judgments, our past, how we feel about ourselves, our disconnection from ourselves, and all the poop we take in from our five senses. So this is a representation of our inner poop. Now, we can't see our inner poop, but that does not mean it does not exist. Oh, it's there. Now, what most of us have been taught to do and what most of us have learned is to do this. Just close your eyes and pretend it's not there. So close your eyes and just let's pretend that the poop is not there. Because if we can't see it, we can deny it and we can ignore it, right? So now open your eyes. Is the poop still there? Yes. Now let's walk away from the poop. So I'm leaving the poop. I'm walking away from it. I don't want to be a part of it. So I've left it. But it's a part of me. And so I can't actually get that far away from it because it's in my life. It's in our surroundings. It's all around us. It's at home. It's at work. It's in our relationships. It's how we think about ourselves. So we can run away from it. We can distract ourselves from it. But the truth is, the poop is still there. So now what I want to do is another thing that a lot of us do with our poop. Okay, so we try to make it look pretty. We'll give it some eyelashes and a beautiful smile. And let's try to pretty up that poop. We'll make it very friendly. Okay, so now the poop looks very pleasant. But what's the truth about the poop? It's still poop. So now we can get very creative and we can sugarcoat it. We can wrap it up. We can package it all up very, very nicely and add sprinkles on top. so that, look at how pretty that is. So you can't even see the poop anymore. It's completely covered up with sugar and frosting. Oh, let's not forget, we can add our cherry on top. Okay, so now look at how pretty our poop is. It's so nice, and we can almost convince ourselves that it's okay to live with it and it's okay to keep it because look how pretty we've made it. But what's the truth, my friends? The truth is that poop is still poop. No matter how you try to sugarcoat it, no matter how you try to fluff it up, it's still there and it still exists and it's still poop. And if it was on the outside of us, no matter what we did to it on the outside of us, we would still want it gone. We would not want to have a pile of poop on our arm, even if it was sugar coated and had a cherry on top, because the truth of it is that it is still poop. It still stinks. It's still rotten. It's still gonna be like abrasive and burny on your skin. It's still gonna affect you. It's still unpleasant. So basically, this is what we as a society have been doing for way too long, and this is why we are messed up, and this is why we struggle, and this is why we crack, and this is why we break, because we've all been taught to sugarcoat our poop, but it just doesn't cut it after a while, and we're not living our best lives, and we're not healthy, and we're not thriving, and we're not reaching the levels of our potential because we are living with inner poop. Now, I got to a point in my life, which I talk about in my book, but I refused to do this to my poop any longer. I refuse to close my eyes about it. I refuse to cope with it. I refuse to walk away from it. I refuse to ignore it. I refuse to deny it was there. I chose to look at my poop face on and find ways to, I'm not even doing this anymore. I found ways to do this to my poop. I've done that to my poop because the only way we're ever going to thrive in our lives, and the only way we're going to be able to have kids that know how to live their life and not be sick and burdened and affected and more messed up than we are, is if we learn how to get rid of our inner poop and how to resolve it and how to overcome it and how to let it go. And this is what I do, and this is my mission, is to figure out how to remove the inner poop so that we can start with a clean slate, so that we can be awesome. We can reach our potential. We can be healthy. We can be successful. We can be happy. Truly, truly, truly happy. So this is my mission. This is what I had to do to save myself from myself. And this is what I've developed, and this is what I've created, because we have been sugarcoating our poop for way too long, and we're suffering, and we're not thriving, and it's time to get real, and maybe it's time to be maybe it's time to be a little bit feisty and just say, you know what? It's not hard. It's not hard. And that's the other piece of what I've been relentless about creating and developing, is that it can't be hard. It can't take a long time, and it has to last. I don't want this coming back. I don't want it like, okay, well, it left for a month, but now it's back. No, it's this, okay? Like, the poop must completely be done. And so this is my message for you today, is that I got done living with my inner poop. It was no longer welcome within me, and I've found ways and I've developed ways to eradicate it, and it's not difficult, and it's not laborious, and it's not time consuming. You got to learn the skills. You got to learn, we got to learn what we need to know to get the job done, and it just hasn't been being taught. So if you want healthy, if you want happy, if you want success, you have to get rid of the inner poop that is preventing it and blocking it and not allowing you to get it. So thank you so much for tuning in to this demonstration today, and I look forward to connecting with you very soon. Have a great day.